Tony Khan is a brilliant, brilliant man. Everybody says that we just gotta drop this whole thing, forget about CM Punk, forget about what happened at All In, CM Punk's gone now, come on Tony Khan, don't be so bitter about this. No, CM Punk has been taking shots at AEW this whole time. WWE has been taking shots at AEW this whole time. Punk goes on the Ariel Helwani podcast, starts running his mouth. And yet when AEW or Tony Khan or the Bucks or anybody fire back, it's always, oh, AEW is so petty. Just move on. Stop focusing on the guy that left your company. Tony Khan in early AEW days had this war mentality that no longer exists. Are both sides supposed to just be civil with each other now? No way. I like the drama and I like the chaos. And I'll tell you one thing. This is the smartest thing Tony Khan has done in months, maybe even years. Because every time there's an AEW pay-per-view, something gets rumored, something goes out, and the IWC focuses on something else because of something that this WWE star said, or there's always something negative going on for AEW every time there's a pay-per-view coming around. And Tony says, okay, let me play your game. Let me give you a taste of your own medicine. And Tony goes, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. It's WrestleMania weekend. Let's release that CM Punk footage at All In. Let's announce that for Wednesday. I think that is a brilliant move. It is only step 1 of maybe step 45 that can maybe get AEW back on track. But that's just my opinion. This is 1 foot forward in my opinion. People might think of this as, Tony Khan is being petty and AEW needs to move on and this is embarrassing and whatever you want to say. And sometimes I agree with that. Sometimes Tony Khan goes on Twitter and it's a little bit embarrassing the things that he's doing and saying. But as Tony Khan said, to be AEW is to be under constant attack. I support everything about this 100%. I mean, I'm coming at this from a business perspective. They're going to pop their biggest rating that they've had in a while. Ratings have been tanking. This is going to get over 800,000 views, this episode of AEW Dynamite, I'm predicting. Because this is the one controversy in wrestling that people want to see. People want to know what is happening. This is a must-see show. Because I and you must see what really happened at All In. And I'm reading here on Twitter that Tony Khan is pissed. He was pissed about the CM Punk Ariel Helwani interview, and rightfully so. I say release the footage, 100%. Finally, a good move from Tony Khan. After weeks, months, maybe even years, making the worst business decisions I've ever seen in my life, he finally does something that is worthy of praise. From me, I don't know. Is it just me? The question is, though, is this really the all-in footage? Or is this going to be some work or some gimmick? Now, here's why I don't think it's going to be a work or gimmick or anything like that. Because, usually Tony Khan tells the truth. AEW usually tells the truth. When they say they have a big announcement, they have an announcement. You know what I mean? You might not like the announcement, and the announcement might not be as big as you thought it was, but it was an announcement nonetheless. They always follow up on their word. So I believe them when they say they're going to release this footage and show the fans. However, why do this? In what storyline does this make sense? So what is going to happen? So the Young Bucks are going to open the show the footage, and then they're going to go on about their day, and the show is just going to go on? Or is something going to happen? Here's what I think. I think this is going to be the opportunity to let Jack Perry come back into the company. I've been saying this for months. Jack Perry needs to return to AEW as soon as possible. I don't understand why Tony Khan has kept him away. I don't understand that at all. This whole thing could have been Jack Perry's fault. Doesn't matter. What's best for business is that Jack Perry returns, because he is, like it or not, one of the most talked about wrestlers because of all the controversy. Every time CM Punk is mentioned, Jack Perry is mentioned. That is something special. That's something you can't erase. And like Jack Perry or not, I have to admit that the IWC is talking about him all the time. And if he comes out on AEW to the song Cry Me a River, that would be the icing on the cake. Now, I don't think he's going to do that, because I think that's probably a very expensive song to have somebody walk out to. And also, that wouldn't make a lot of, whatever. It's fine. His current song, the Beethoven song, do that. That one's just as good. But that's what I think. I don't exactly know what we're going to see or when we're going to see it or, what's going to happen. But I do think this is going to lead to Jack Perry coming back. But yeah, I certainly hope that's what's happening. But I do think this is a brilliant move. Let me know what you think. Do you think they should just walk away from all this, wash their hands of the bad blood, and walk away. I don't. But let me know in the comments what you think. Good night.